I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
The story of Dillon Brooks is just a wild situation. The man went from being a pretty legit two-way player in the NBA to literally being told by the Grizzlies they will not be bringing him back, and I quote, under any circumstances. Yes, that actually happened. Shams Charania tweeted this. The Memphis Grizzlies have informed pending unrestricted free agent Dillon Brooks that he will not be brought back under any circumstances, league sources tell The Athletic. Shams just dunked on this man. And to give you a high level of how we got here, buckle up, it's actually insane. A classic case of self-sabotage. Dillon Brooks is actually the most hated player in the league right now. No question about it. The man does questionable things on and off the floor. He provokes injuries, talks a ton of trash that's just like not necessary, and he stirs up beef with everyone. He's really a poor man's Marcus Smart, basically. But in regard specifically to this year, it really all started with Shannon Sharpe. If you remember, Shannon Sharpe got into a heated argument with the Grizzlies players and primarily Dillon Brooks. Sharpe was escorted off the floor and explained what happened in the tunnel with security, and Sharpe says, they do all that talking and jockeying, and I ain't about that jockeying. It started with Dillon Brooks. I said he was too small to guard LeBron. He said, F me, and I said, F you back. He started to come at me and I said, you don't want these problems. And it's worth mentioning, this is the game where John Moran's dad, T, got into it with Shannon Sharpe as well. Next step would come in February, where the Cavs beat the Memphis Grizzlies and Brooks hit Cleveland guard Donovan Mitchell in the groin area. And it was safe to say Donovan Mitchell, didn't like that. And both players were ejected. And after the game, this is what Donovan Mitchell had to say about it.
Did you feel that Dillon cheap shotted you?
Yeah, for sure. That's just who he is. We've seen it a bunch in this league with him. Him and I have had our personal battles for years. Quite frankly, I've been busting his ass for years. Playoffs, regular season. On the one game, he does a high job on me today. Decides to do something like that. And, there's no place in that in the game. And you got to protect yourself at the end of the day. But this has been brewing for years with me, with other guys in the league. And we all see it. It's not something that this isn't new. Tonight was just the end of it. But it's tough when you can't guard somebody and can't do something with somebody. You got to resort to that, and that's what he's done to a lot of players. Off the top of my head, I think it's like Dame and Steph. It's just one of those things. That's what you resort to, and that's cool. But the line has to be drawn, and the NBA has to do something about it. Because, like I said, I'm not the only person this has happened to.
Ouch! That was savage and to the point. And this is really where it gets pretty juicy. Dillon Brooks said this about Draymond Green, and it was basically the worst thing he could have ever said. Brooks said, I don't like Draymond at all, he said. I just don't like Golden State. I don't like anything to do with them. Draymond talks a lot. Gets away with a lot, too. His game is cool with Golden State, but if you put him anywhere else, you're not going to know who Draymond Green is. And naturally, this went viral. And we know how Draymond Green is. He's Draymond Green and responds to everything. So he went on his podcast, took out a pen and paper, and literally went through every one of these comments, and I'm talking about owns Dillon Brooks. Enjoy.
This idiot said, I don't know what Draymond does out there. He said, I don't like Draymond at all. You don't know me. I just don't like Golden State. I quite frankly wouldn't like a team that beats me all the time either. I don't like anything to do with them. Quite frankly, you were a little kid in high school watching us win championships. Should be happy. You're a fan. Draymond talks a lot. You talk a lot now, so if you have 4 rings, sure, you talk a lot more. For All-Stars, you probably talk a bit more. Defensive Player of the Year, damn sure would talk more. 2 Olympic gold medals, you definitely would be talking. But gets away with a lot, too. What exactly do I get away with? I have 15 texts, 1 less than your dumb ass. His game is cool. If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies is not ready to compete for a championship, look no further than this idiot right here. They're actually depending on this guy to help them win a championship. And he says his game is cool. Quite frankly, that just shows how little you know about basketball. And yet, you running around talking about a dynasty? The dynasty starts after you, not with you. Next time you speak up on me, you should do some fact checking. Next time you speak up on me, you should do some soul searching. Next time you speak up on me, I hope you're in a better situation than you in now, where the guys you play with actually enjoy playing with you because they actually think you're contributing to winning. Because it ain't happening right now, champ. You're not a champ. You're a clown.
Really just an absolute clinic on just destroying somebody. Next step, and this is where things get a little dicey. Brooks asked for the Lakers in the first round, and here's what he said.
I wouldn't mind playing LeBron. The legacy's there. First time back in the playoffs, knock them out right away in the first round. Bet it'll test us good, They got good pieces, good players, and that'll be a good first-round matchup for us.
And this would bite him badly. So the Lakers and Grizzlies, in fact, meet up in the first round. Then the Lakers would beat the Grizzlies in the game 1. Then he said this about LeBron.
You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. I guess what were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
And the Lakers would go on and win this series. And if you remember when he said this about the 40 comment,
I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
the Lakers actually won the final game by 40 points. So the man Dillon Brooks got his 40 that he was asking for. In the next, Dillon Brooks would actually not be with the media twice in this series because he couldn't face the music and back up all that trash talk, and just talk to them about just getting completely destroyed. And the NBA would fine him $25,000 for these actions. The man just can't face the music after talking trash is just so lame and just, I don't know, man. You just gotta face the music. And then it gets even worse for him. Brooks is apparently completely out of Memphis now, and the team just does not want him, like I previously said. And reportedly, he wanted a bigger role on the Grizzlies and $25 million a year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Dillon Brooks wants $25 million a year. So when you add up his wild antics, his asking price, and more of a role, the Grizzlies were like, I'm good. I'm all set here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know what team wants to deal with Dillon Brooks at this point. Like, literally, I don't know what the baggage is worth unless the guy takes like a really small contract and goes be like a quote-unquote role player. But the guy has to not do what he does because teams don't want that. Like, literally, the joke is like, oh, he's gonna go to the Shanghai Sharks, over in China. I mean, like, actually might be a legitimate opportunity for him to go over there and just be the best player and make as much money as he needs to make, because I don't know if the NBA is gonna work for him anymore, honestly.